and 3 and 2 and 1. Come on. There you go. Got the green light. Green light on that. Excellent. 6 minutes to go. Oh my gosh. To the countdown. Let's see if we can find on Facebook here. Here we go. Nope, that's not me. That's me. Hello. Who's on with me tonight? Come on. Come on with me. Let's see who. There we go. There's Ember. I'm going to share it out to my crew. Share it out to the crew, baby. There you go. Oh. Welcome to tonight's show. Thank you for coming along on tonight's adventure. Love in the hearts. Thank you, honey. Thank you. And some smiles and some thumbs up. Or I got a big mug of Joe. No, it's water. I blew that one. It's water. Welcome to tonight's show anyway. Hopefully everyone has already gotten their affordable health care all sorted out, the insurance and all that good stuff. I think we spent a little bit of time on that last night. I think that was about an hour. Ember, was that an hour? Nope. I get no response. No response at all. There you go. I think that was about an hour we spent getting that affordable health care in alignment last night. Finally got through on the old hotline there. But thank you very much to the woman that helped us. Can't remember what her name is, but thank you very much to that. I think everything is working now. 4 minutes to go before the official show. Yeehaw! Tonight we're going to talk about angels asking and more money, making more money in your life, putting more money in your pocket, getting what you want. That's the theme of tonight's show, is getting what you want. And in this holiday season, you got to be sure what you ask for and what you want, right? There you go. So hopefully that will go well, and we're looking at about 3.5 minutes to go before the regular show. What's on your mind? Let me know. Throw me a comment. Share this out to your friends. If you're watching this on the repeat, enjoy. Enjoy a beverage or so, and get that all fired up. Get cozy. If you're watching this on the replay, you can just hit pause, go get a beverage, come on back, hit play again, and enjoy the show. But tonight it's all about getting what you want. That's the theme of tonight's show. And then entwined in that, we're going to talk about our angels, how we can ask them. Then we're going to talk about the right way of asking for what you want. It's a holiday season. Might as well ask what you want. I'll get into details on that. Get into the deets on that. And then about money. Last segment on here is going to be all about money. So make sure you can either speed ahead on each one of those subjects, or you can join the show. Ask the questions if you're here watching it live. If you're not watching it live and this is on the replay, then just hit me with the comments below and I can answer those questions, or message me. Just hit the messenger button there, and I usually respond within the hour. Sometimes depends upon where you're at. If you're over in England, you're probably going to watch this when it's dark out here and I'm fast asleep, and it'll be the next day. But generally within a few hours, I'm going to respond back to you. So thanks for coming along on tonight's adventure. Got about almost coming up to 1.5 minutes now for the big show tonight. Angels asking and more money. I did get someone that said two things. One, I have a facial recognition coach. I don't know what that means. Hi, Kyle. A facial recognition coach. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I don't know what that really means. But said that I had very good, very positive facial expressions. I thought they were just kind of goofy, but what's new in your world, Kyle? Can you type that fast? Can you put it in with your thumbs? Got a minute left before the big show as the countdown begins. And tonight's we're going to talk about, as I said, angels, asking for the right way to ask, and more money. More money. And anything else that pops up that you ask for questions on that. Appreciate any of those comments. I'll get to those comments as we go. Nothing's up with you, Kyle. That's crazy. You're a busy guy. You're probably walking around Lake Michigan there. Maybe even on Lake Michigan. Is it freezing yet? Oh. Our lake is starting to freeze right across the street. Our lake is starting to freeze. Ah. Here we go with the countdown. Welcome everybody to tonight's show. I am Dave Stelma. If you didn't know that, I don't know how you found me, but I'm right here with you tonight. And tonight we're going to talk about, it's the overall theme of getting what you want. We're going to talk about angels, asking, and more money in your life. Right after the intro. Do you believe in angels? I believe in angels. I have many, many stories to say along the way of when angels have come into my life. But the point I want to make on that is we can wait until we need an angel, whether it's an earth angel or whether it's angels from up above or our higher power that are coming to us to help us out. You can either wait till you are in dire need of those angels, or you can use them right now. Yeah. And not too many people do this. All the people successful people out there do this. They all join in with their team, and part of their team is their angels that are around them. And the first thing to do with that is to get what you want and to bring on the help from your angels is to ask them for what you exactly want. I'm going to hit really dive down in this in the next segment, but what I want you to do is really think about what you truly want. Some people will say, I want a relationship, but you really don't want a relationship. You want happiness. And you think that that other person might bring you happiness. So you see the difference of that? So what you want to do is you want to really make sure you are asking for what you want. And then whether you, I mean, if you're religious, that it's going to be prayer. Well, you can be not as religious too, but you're going to use, you can use prayer to guide your angels or ask for what you want and guide and ask for their help. You don't have to be in dire straits. I know this time of year, what is the Die Hard, right? Die Hard was the big movie around Christmas time. And that was one of those things where all of a sudden you're in that big situation. It's like, and it comes down to someone being bloody and can't, you know, and they're on death's door. And then they go, God, if you can help me with this, I'll do anything. And don't wait until that moment. You don't have to wait until you're going to have a heart attack before you try to get healthy or what you're going to reach out and do those things. So ask your angels along the way. Ask them specifically for what you want. And then you have to just do it with persistence. But then don't worry about the how. The how will show up because they're going to guide you towards that how. And then as Ember alluded to on a couple of posts today that she had on Facebook, she alluded to that don't worry about the how, because it's going to be, if you get stuck behind that car, you're speeding along and you're in a hurry to get to where you're at, and all of a sudden you get behind that slow car in front of you, there could be your angels helping you out by slowing you down because you might miss a different turn. or you might be avoiding someone else that's speeding the other way. That's going to be a major car accident for you and a major injury for you. And that'll happen because they're going to slow you down. If for some reason you have to be slowed down because things are not just quite syncing up, the synchronicity of others and that to help you get to that point isn't there yet, they're going to slow you up. So if you're running too fast, they're going to trip you, because that's what they're going to do. They're not going to let you get into dire health hazard, hopefully, but they're going to trip you up so that it slows you up because you were supposed to meet this other person, but you're running past them right now. So that's like in your car. If all of a sudden you're speeding along to get to work or something of that sort, and it slows down, there's a traffic jam ahead of you, just sit there and enjoy it. You know, there's nothing you can do about it, but enjoy it, because it could be that you're supposed to see that person that's next to you. It could be that you're supposed to let that other person into the lane in front of you, and then later on, maybe it's going to be the person that you're going to talk to about a car loan or about a home loan or something, or maybe it's not. But it's good. There's synchronicity that's happening every day, and your angels are guiding you to that. As long as they know, hi, April, thanks for coming on. But be specific in what you're asking for. If you're asking for, more, a relationship into your life, it could be that it's not that's truly what you want. You just want more peace and happiness or something of that sort. Really dive down to what you want, because that's specific. If I and I'm going to get into more of that in the second segment here, but utilize your angels. So ask them, whether you want to call it prayer, whether you want to call it, I just sit there and talk to them. I meditate and I talk to them that way, and I invoke their help in just daily living, and I also, if I'm driving somewhere, I also invoke them to, make sure that we are going and we're going to get there safely and steadily and on time. And it always happens. I mean, I can do as little as, and I don't want you to feel that there are people more in need, and there are always people more in need than we are. I know I feel blessed in what I have and my existence here. And but there's always going to be people that need more of that. There's going to be people that need, better health and things of that sort. And so don't feel bad when you invoke your angels to help you just on a daily task of, I need to get to work on time, or I need to invoke them on a daily basis. Have a conversation with them. And the crazy thing is, if you're in your car, nobody knows. Nobody's going to know about that. They're all going to think that you're just jamming to the radio, right? You can be singing the praises to your angels and thanking them along the way. Thank them for the great day. Thank them for your good health. Thank for everything that's happened to you so far. Loss of weight, or in better shape, or just guiding you through every day and every life, and thank them along the way, and reassure them that they're doing a great thing. Now, earth angels are another thing. You can invoke earth angels, but don't wait. Earth angels are everywhere. I'm probably going to be someone's earth angel tomorrow or the next day, or somewhere down the road, and there's going to be someone that's going to be my earth angel along the way too. And same thing, you don't need to invoke them to come along with you when you're in dire need. The paramedics, they're earth angels, right? Firemen, earth angel. Police officers, earth angels. They're here to help us. And you can wait till you're in dire need for them, or you can just be thankful for everybody that's along your journey every day. Could be that bank teller that's in the bank that's helping you and guiding you through, or your finances. It can be just as simple as the person at the coffee shop. There's earth angels everywhere, but a good percentage of us don't realize it. We don't look for earth angels. The more you look for something, the more it shows up. And if you think that I'm just blowing smoke right now, just think of this. The last time you wanted a car, to purchase a car, all of a sudden you found that perfect car, you looked for it online, yeah, that's the one I want, and all of a sudden you started seeing that car everywhere you went, right? That type of car. Whatever if it's a model or if it's, you know, with us, I know I never even saw a BMW X3 anywhere, and then all of a sudden Ember and I purchased an X3, and all of a sudden we're looking all around us and we're seeing them everywhere. Everyone around here drives BMW X3s. I don't know why, but I never noticed them before. Same thing. The more you look for an earth angel to help you, or your regular angels, what they're doing for you, leaving little clues along the way. Could be triple numbers, could be a white feather, could be different things, just, you know, just where you needed them. You know, just where you needed them, or where you didn't need them. Could be that all of a sudden you can't find your car keys and you're running around, but then later on you see in the news that there was a car accident on your way to work, or you drove past the car accident on the way to work. They hid your keys. It's all there. It's so simple. But once you realize it, now you can have them work for you. That's your team. That's your team right there. They can work with you and for you towards those goals that you set up. Use them. Use them. But be specific. Really dive down on what you truly want and be specific on what you're asking them to do, because they'll help you. They'll help you down any road you want. So work those angels. Get them into your life and work them. Okay? Next, I want to talk to you about how to ask. There's specific steps. Ooh, that didn't even tongue-tie me, really. There's specific steps for asking. And this boils down to, first off, you have to get that passion inside of you for what you want. What you truly, truly want to have is going to be passionate inside you, and it's going to come out through your heart, okay? And that's going to be the first test of that. Then we're going to invoke that inner child. Remember that when you were a little kid? Yeah, I don't remember too much back then, but when you were a little tiny kid, about 3, 4, 5 years old, you didn't know the word no. You just kept asking for it. You were the most annoying child in that toy aisle. Right now, go right now. You want to know what that child looks like? Go into any Toyland, Walmart, Toys R Us, go into that toy section and see those little kids that sit there and just go, why? Why can't I have it? I want this. I want this. And they have the little fit, and they start, and some of them go to the extreme where they're laying on the ground, they're just pounding on the floor, and they're just having a temper tantrum, right? Because they want that toy. They want that thing. That's where you ultimately have to go to when you want to ask for something. And here's the steps. Here's the true steps of for asking for something. And then we're going to break them down. Ask as if you're expecting to receive it. I just went through this earlier today, but I'm going to use the example of buying a car. You know, when you're looking and you're talking to a person, ask as if you're going to receive it. So you're going to find that car. You're going to get it for the price that you want. I'll utilize that example. Next, so act as if you're, going to receive it, expecting to receive it. Assume you can. You don't go into car shopping and you don't go, well, I can't afford this. I know I can't afford this car right now, so I'm going to not, I'll go and I'll talk to him a little bit and maybe negotiate the price down. But then I know I'm not going to get it because I can't afford it. I know that they can't do financing. No, just assume that you can. How can we get this done today? They're going to ask you that on a car lot, right? They're going to say, so how can we get this deal done today, right? So the same thing. Go in there and assume that you can do it. Ask the person that can give it. So like when I purchased our last vehicle, I went and I got pre-approved because I knew I had to take a loan out for it. I knew that it was going to be, I was going to get a new car, a different car, a newer car. And so I got pre-approved because I knew I had to ask the person that could give it, the person that's going to get that loan. Now, I could have went through the car dealership and got a loan, but I thought I'm going to set all that up ahead of time. So when I went in there to do it, it was a quick, fast, and easy transaction because I already tried the car. I already knew what vehicle was going to be. I knew the price. We had that all over the phone. We got that all worked out. And so it was just a matter of going with the check from the credit union here and getting it done. So I asked the person that can give me that. And then be clear and specific. And then ultimately keep asking. Ask repeatedly. So if the first person turns you down, you go to the next one. Now, the example I'm going to give you for all of that, again, let's go with going and finding a significant other, right? If you go look at speed dating, that's a great example. Ask as if you're expecting to receive it, right? I'm looking for someone, that's, to get married to. You might, that's tough on a speed date. Nobody knows each other, but you're asking specifically, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone for marriage, and then assuming that you can, and then asking the person that can give it. And if it's not that person that you're talking to in a speed date, ding, next one moves on. And then you keep asking repeatedly. And eventually it's going to be someone that you eye contact. You're going to click right there. You're going to ask the same thing. I'm looking for someone for marriage or whatever that is. And, you're going to hit that. Same thing with everything you do. Let's say that you're job hunting. Same thing. You're not going to go into an interview expecting not to get the job. You're going to go in there. When I talk to anyone as far as career counseling, anyone as far as going and getting a loan or anything, but let's talk about career. You're going in expecting to get that job. You know what it is. You're going to envision that. You're going to beforehand, you're going to prep yourself. You're going to take a moment, close your eyes, and you're going to envision what that job is, where you're going to do, where you're going to go, all those things. You're going to envision that beforehand, and you're going to act as if you're expecting to receive it. Okay? Then we're going to assume that you can get it. You have all the knowledge, you have all the skills. Now you're going to get that job. Ask the person that can give it. We're not going to go to the person that you're going to go to the person that controls hiring, right? You're going to go to that person. So if you go into, I don't know, a restaurant or a store and you're going to work there, you're going to go to the manager that's going to be hiring you. April, I would be going into yours and I'd be walking around. Who's the manager here? It's going to be April. I'm going to go up and I'm going to talk to April, right? And I'm going to talk to her about a job in that store. Now, if it's a matter of a promotion, same thing. Act as if you're in that upper promotion job. You're in that position, that career position. Now act as if you're doing that job on a daily basis, and then start talking to the person that hires for that position. So that's the next thing. Now we're going to be clear and specific. So be clear and specific. What does that job entail? What do you have to dress like? What do you have to sound like? What do you have to be like? And then lastly, ask repeatedly. If that person says, no, we're not looking for someone to promote into that position, then let's move on to the next person. All of a sudden, the next regional manager comes by, or you're going to talk to the next, whatever it is, the next person up. Or you're going to call, if it's a big corporation, you're going to call HR and say, hey, what would it take for me? What would I have to do for me to get into that position? I know that Mary Jo said that they're not hiring anyone in that position, but what would it take for me? What skills do I need to get into that position? Or maybe it's a different company. All of a sudden you start talking to the competitor or something of that sort, and those people, but you got to get to the right person, okay? So ask as if for receiving, you're expecting to receive it. Assume you can do it and be in that position, or whatever it is that you can have it. Ask the person that can give it to you. Make sure you're at the right, you're talking to the right person. And then be clear and specific, and then ask repeatedly. Just keep asking. That's where that inner child comes in. You're going to be that kid in Toyland, in the toy aisle, that's pounding its fists and going, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. And you're going to just keep doing it repeatedly, repeatedly, repeatedly. And then it's going to show up. If it's the right thing for you, what is supposed to be yours will not go past you. So ask repeatedly, and just the how will show up. The how will show up. I have so many examples of this in my life. It just makes your mind spin. And so many times when I was younger thinking, oh my gosh, I wanted to be this or I want to be that. And it's, a district manager of a retail chain, or, and then later on, all of a sudden it's like that chain got sold a year later. And I'm like going, oh my gosh, I'm so glad, because I would have been out of a job, or I would have been, kicked to the curb, or So things happen for a reason, and the how will show up as long as it's meant to be yours. So as you can see on the picture there, don't try to use a hammer to get a lag screw in, and vice versa. You're not going to pound a nail in with a crescent wrench. So make sure you're clear and specific, and keep asking repeatedly. And oh my gosh, I just love this subject. Money, 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 money. This time of year, that greenback stuff can add a lot of stress, but it can also make you really happy. When you're on the receiving end of that, you can be really, really happy. But when you lack some of that, it can be really stressful. And so let's deal with money. How do you make more money in your life? It's a simple equation. It's not the money in as much as it is the money out. So how you spend your money has more bearing on how much money you have than it is on making your money. Now, yes, you have to make a certain amount to break even, but it's how you spend your money. And this day and age, the best thing anyone could ever do, and they should teach this as a semester course in every middle school, high school, whatever you call them nowadays, somewhere along the line, there should be a whole semester course on negotiating, because I probably spend more of my time negotiating with the cable company, with the electric company, with, all these different things that we didn't have, that our parents didn't have to deal with. In the old days, you got your landline phone, and it was whatever, $30 a month, and that was it. And then you had the long distance that was separate, and that was it. Now we have these cell phone packages, we have our cable packages, and you have to go in and you have to negotiate every 2 years, or every whatever that time period is. Most of the cable companies, I think, are to every 2 years. For some reason, they got into that loop every 2 years. They don't do anything better for you. They don't do, their end is non-negotiable, but it's getting more and more like that. And I think that should be a really great class that they should teach, the art of negotiation, in every high school, because you spend more time doing that nowadays. But the money out, the money spent out is the biggest factor. So first off, let's hit that. If you can't afford it, don't do it. Nowadays, at this point in time, we have some really great things for cable, for TV, for entertainment, from that box or that rectangle that sits on your wall or wherever. We have some great times right now, because now you have Apple TV, you have Netflix, you have Hulu, you have all these different things that are competing against your cable company. Now, to get those, yes, you have to have internet. So now they kind of have you hostage on that internet thing. The good aspect of that is they're in competition with them, so they're upgrading. I know in our area they said, yeah, you're not going to get fiber optic, maybe not even ever, you know, and now it's slowly eking into our area because that competition is starting to open up too. The downside of that is we have that internet bill that's out there right now, and I'll be do my little politician hat. I'll wear my politician hat for a little bit here, and call your congressman, your senator, call all those people, or the FCC board, whatever it is. You can find those links. Just Google it, internet bill. Contact them and tell them to not, that you want internet neutrality. You do not want all those, because the cable companies and all that want that to hold hostage. They want to be able to throttle your service. If you punch in for, the example that was given last night was, if you punch in for Pizza Hut or pizza in your area, the Domino's might be the one that pays them for advertising in your area, and so the first one that you're going to pop up is going to be Domino's. You're not going to get a list of all the pizza places in your area. It's going to be Domino's that just comes up there, and then you're going to have to really search to find that. That's what, if they take away neutrality, that's what's going to happen. Also, throttling is going to happen in there, where all of a sudden you may use so much data and then it slows it down in your area. You probably experienced that already. If you live in an apartment building, if you live in a structure or an area where there's a lot of gamers, things like that, all of a sudden, I know in our area where the office is, they all of a sudden 3 o'clock, 3:30 comes around, all of a sudden our internet goes really slow because the kids get off of school, they go home, what are they doing? They're gaming, they're doing, I think it's this, I don't know, something like that. I don't do the gaming thing, so I have no idea. But I know it takes a lot of bandwidth. So it just slows everything down. So that's the other aspect to it. You want to contact them, contact the FCC, contact those if you can. Otherwise, beyond that, yes, you have to have it, but we have competition now. So focus on what you can control. If having a $200, if you have a $200 cable bill every month, take it away, whatever it is, shut it down and get Netflix for whatever that is, $10 a month, and just go on Netflix and watch that for your entertainment or whatever it is. Do that for a while. That's going to, I mean, if you go from, even if it's $100 a month for cable, if you go from $100 down to $20 and then your cable bill, so maybe it's $50 total, then do that, because that you just save $50 that month. So those are things. Focus on the money out. Focus on the money out, whatever that is. If it's that you stay at home and you cook more because that saves you money, you do that. That's what all our parents did anyway, but they focused on the money out. So do that. In the big picture, you're going to have less stress. If you're experiencing stress this season, talk to somebody. If you're feeling stressed right now in this holiday season, talk to somebody. Call whoever it is or message someone. Talk to them and work it out. And because we want you with us into the new year. And this is just a real temporary point in time. Bottom line is, people don't care if you buy them stuff. They really just want your love. They want your hugs. They want your affection. They want to be known and loved in this world. And that's the bottom line. So don't stress about buying someone or not having enough money to buy a gift and that. I guarantee if you just show up and give somebody a hug, they're going to be happy with it. So don't worry about that. You can get by until next year, but then preemptively, you know when Christmas comes. It comes in December every year. And as Ember always reminds me, you know, if you have 12 people to buy gifts for, you can spend $10 or $20 or whatever it is in January. You can spend another $20 in February. You can spend another $20 in March. And you'll have it all done ahead of time. Or you can buy things now or buy things in January when they go on clearance or something like that for next year. Buy a whole bunch of scarves up or something like that at Old Navy, and you'll be way ahead of the game. So that's preemptively, but right now, focus on you. Focus on the people that love you. Focus on the people that you love. And let's be stress-free on that. Now, to get more money in your life, oh, I'm running out of time. Jeez. To get more money in your life, there's a few more steps to take. I'm going to hit those. I can't hit them in a minute and a half. I can't do it. So hit me up in the comments if you want to know more about that. I will then send you out some great. We'll get together. We'll get together and we'll devise a plan for you. I'll tell you that right now. I'll shoot it out to you. Give you a half hour of my time. We can brainstorm and we can personalize it right to you. So if you see this and you want to learn how to make more money and no schemes involved, just for what you do or how you do it, specializing, just message me and we'll set something up. We'll set up a discovery session and we'll get your party started in the new year. Now is the time to start planning. I'm going to hit you up this before I go. Start planning your next year now. Start thinking ahead. How much money do you need to make? If you do that for the next year, if you say I have to make another, I don't know, whatever that is, $5,000 more, $10,000 more, $100,000 more, then work that, divide it by 12, divide it by how many weeks. Let's break it down per week and per day, and we can do that. And then you just find your tribe to make it happen. All right, I'll let you go on that. You have a great week. Message me. Let me know if you need some help. And be good. Be helpful to others. And if you're feeling stressed at all, let us know. There's people here that can help you. Love you. Have a great week. Bye-bye. If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel or find everything at davestelma.com.